Use this when you're negotiating a promotion, a bonus, a raise, meeting new people, trying to be more extroverted if you're an introvert, being more magnetic. If you are hosting your own get-together, you got tasked with a public speaking event, this is all that you need. Use this and you will thank me later. Being able to speak publicly is such a skill, and no matter what kind of training you have gone through, most of the best widely known speakers have developed themselves through practice and informal training and teaching. Something that is so crazy is that people's biggest fear, aside from death and terminal illnesses, is speaking in front of people. I'm here to tell you that after you watch this video, you'll be able to speak more intelligently, be able to articulate your thoughts and your words. Hi, my name is Micah, and I teach you how to level up in all areas so that you can live your dream life. Okay, y'all know that I have to start this video off with the number one easiest thing to do is reading. You can start with audiobooks. If you don't really like reading, or if you're a really busy girl and you don't have any downtime, then get an audiobook, listen to it in your car, listen to it while you're doing your hair, your makeup, or in the shower, or doing chores. Also, you can do podcasts. Start reading an article every single day to help you develop your vocabulary. Also, one thing that I have started to do throughout the years of reading is when I find a word that I do not know or I'm not familiar with, I'll look up the word, find out the definition, I'll read the ways that it is used in a sentence, and then I try to think of how can I use this word in my daily life? How could I fit this newly found word in my vocabulary or in my speech or in the newsletters that I send out? And if you're not already subscribe to my newsletter, Letters to the Beloved. I drop so many gems. It's like a warm hug reading those emails from me because they're very personal and from the heart. One way that I learn new words and then try to find words that people don't really say a lot in everyday life. Words that are kind of like, you know, that you only see in literature and reading. I also like to take those words and incorporate it into my speech as well. You can start off small, start practicing with your friends and family. Okay, another way that you can get better at speaking more eloquently is studying speakers. A lot of books that I read are very personal development, motivational. I go on YouTube, I search up their name, and then I find all their talks or their speeches that they have given. Also, you could look up TED Talks. That is a really great way to binge watch and see what elements does the speaker use to keep the viewer engaged or keep the audience engaged. Do they use humor? Do they connect it with examples? Do they talk about their dogs? Do they put memes in their presentations? Do they try to make it very relative for their audience? Do they incorporate jokes? Is the slideshow like full of words? We used to call it in the military death by PowerPoint, and the speaker's reading off the slide word for word. So you take things that you don't like and what you do like. I want you to analyze their speech and their presentation. What elements made you bored and disinterested? Find out what they did that kept you engaged. Some of your favorite YouTubers, what they use, what tools and styles, what sound effects, what editing do they do to make the viewer want to keep watching? How are they structuring their videos? What are they saying? Do they have intros? Do they have outros? Do they start their video with something that's really relatable? Do they even take a clip from later in the video and put it at the beginning that just makes you curious, like, well, what are they talking about further into the video? Use examples to thread your ideas and your thoughts together. This makes you seem more relatable to the audience. It starts to build like a map of how everything and how the ideas start to link together. It further helps the viewer to understand what you're talking about or how this might relate to their life. For example, someone in finance could be triggering emotional cues and examples like, think about your bank account being this number, and then once you have worked with them, see your bank account grow. So using examples like that to paint a picture and help the viewer stay engaged. And when you use examples, you create things that resonate with people, and that further engages them and it makes it memorable. They can think about the topic as in relation to them, making a connection between the viewer and you. Most people skip this, so don't be one of them. Practice, practice, practice. The only way that you are going to get better at speaking and being able to articulate your ideas and thoughts to another person or an audience is if you practice. In the Air Force, and I was in charge of the training program for an entire squadron. So I had to do a lot of meetings, presentations to the commander and supervisors. We had to practice public speaking. Every single day we got up in front of our class and we would present about the weather, like just topics. We would report the news. Basically, we were taking information, collecting the data, internalizing it through our thoughts, annotating it, and then regurgitating that information back to the audience to where it was enjoyable, relatable, and engaging. Story time. So I was on the phone with my boyfriend and he was just listening to me order food. So one thing that I started doing to make my speech more eloquent, you know how people say have a good day, and people always say and you too? I have trained myself to not say and you too. Instead, I say and you as well. I just feel like that sounds more elegant, more polite, more polished. And my boyfriend told me, I love that you say that and how you just speak so well. And it was something that I have started doing before we met, and I kind of like got into the habit of doing through practice. You start doing something so much, then you forget that that is why you do it. Or it just becomes so second nature that other people notice, and you know, for you, it's routine, it's every day.
It's what we do.
The only way that you can get better is through practice. Just talking in front of the camera and then watching yourself back. I learned a lot from editing and watching my videos on YouTube and just learning and growing from, okay, I did this way. How can I improve? How can I make this better? You have to crawl before you can walk. You can also practice if you're a student, contributing to the discussion, bringing your thoughts and ideas up in a meeting, not being quiet when someone asks, is there any like additional thoughts or opinions that need to go around the room? Don't speak ill of anyone else. Don't gossip. Think about it this way. The person that you're gossiping to, they're probably over there thinking, what are you saying bad about them when they're not around or behind their back? Gossiping is such a negative, low vibrational thing that you can do. And I feel genuinely that it blocks your blessings, because if you are on the frequency and the vibration of goodness and love and authenticity, then that's all you will call in, and there would be no room for gossip. Gossiping leads to people being unable to trust you because they just don't know what you'll say about them, and then it creates tension in the relationship. Be honest and truthful with yourself and with what you say to other people. If you're saying one thing and you're doing another, or if you said something and you don't remember that you said it, and you're saying something different now, and I'm one of those people that will catch it. What they said the other day is not correlating to what they're saying now. So, you know, just don't do that with me. Be truthful and authentic about your experience. Nobody likes to be around someone who is a liar, someone who is just playing in their face and fake. I feel like building a good reputation, if you want people to think highly of you and that you are well-spoken and articulate and intelligent, is also being genuine and 100% authentic, because your reputation precedes you. People will trust it more from somebody else rather than if you said it to them directly. I'm a spiritual girly, so y'all know I have to add this in. This might be a controversial opinion, but your throat chakra It is the way that you express yourself, communicate, and articulate who you are through your thoughts and your voice. So if you have something coming up, a speaking engagement, a meeting, a presentation, if you got to go out and be social as an introvert, and this is your throat chakra is located right underneath your collarbone, this is how you express yourself, how you communicate to others. If you want to open up your throat chakra, what you do is chant the syllable hum, and you making that mantra, that syllable vibrates your vocal cords and it gets the chakra wheels turning. Also, am a yoga girly, so another way that you can, do a little bit of yoga, get some movement going, is to sit down in a cross-legged position and then gently drop your chin down to your chest. You're just going to breathe deeply in and out through your nose and take in 7 deep breaths, and that's going to massage your inner vocal cords and get your throat chakra turning and a balance again. Writing will help you identify those thoughts and brainstorms that you have inside your mind. And also, once you get it on paper, you can visibly see, and then you can further refine the details by organizing what parts make sense so that what you're saying will better flow. It will help you articulate and deliver what you're saying more effectively. The best ways to improve your writing, therefore improving your speech, is having a journal, writing down your fears, your wants, your thoughts, your disagreements, your arguments, your desires, your beliefs. Just having a space where you can deeply reflect. I'm all about being direct, effective in communication. I don't want to say too much. I want to get my point across. A to B, no in between, no fluff, no BS. Writing really helps me do that so that I can visibly look at what is being said and then take out what really doesn't add to it. When you are in a relationship or a friendship, family member, you praise them and speak positively, support them publicly. But if there is something that needs to be corrected or give them feedback, constructive criticism, that is done privately. Foundation for respect, and it just shows that you genuinely care about the person. You never create like a public display and just ridicule someone. I feel like that is just not classy and very rude. You need to study your speaking like a pro athlete watching their game film. Understanding where you need to improve or what you did well, identifying strengths and weaknesses will set you up for success. All of these things work even if you are starting from zero. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And don't miss out on my next video on how to discover your authentic self and be okay and accepting of who you are.